Anyway, now that we've kind of like opened Pandora's box here, so 10 years from now, who do you think is going to be the lead car company?
Oof. I 5 years ago would have said VW.
Me too.
Right.
That was
Right.
wrong. Yeah.
That was well. What we learned is that Ferdinand Piëch had far more of an influence on that company than we realized, because the man keels over and the company falls apart. I don't understand how that happened so quickly. As you can see, hold on, that's funny. I have books behind me on him. I'm working on a sort of biographical piece on Piëch. I would have said Volkswagen. I think Toyota's positioned in a really smart way for the next 5 years. Not sure about past that. And then I just look at Tesla and think, if they keep innovating and keep dragging the auto industry out of 30 years ago or 50 years ago or 70 years ago, they have to be among the best. The question is, will the sort of politics of the brand, and Elon's not doing a great job at not offending people, right? And it doesn't matter. Look, it's not my job to tell everyone whether to like him or hate him or agree with him or disagree with him. That's all BS. But I worry that there's when he's being as divisive as he is, he can hurt as much as he can help. And I would love to see Tesla doing a better job at just saying, hey, we're here as an agnostic car company, and we just want to make a good product, and we're killing it. So buy our stuff if you like our good products. And I think they have a real chance of being on top of the world. And I think the traditional car companies all are in big trouble. Big trouble.
Well, you didn't mention my number one pick. I believe BYD.
Yeah. I mean, we can't discount the China market, because it's invisible to us, but huge.
Do you get any chance to drive their vehicles and stuff like that?
I have not.
You're in for a real treat. I mean it sincerely. Those guys are just going to kick. And everybody, I got a great idea. Let's go back to the future. What do you mean back to the future? Let's go. We need another big V8. Really? I've seen this before. This looks a lot like the Japanese invasion. Anyhow, right. I really think that once the Chinese start bringing their stuff in, the end will be painful.
I mean, it's happening in Europe, right? I mean,
that's what's killing Volkswagen, Europe. Yeah, there's one of the things. This is not mine. This is one of the other. What's the name of those guys? Car industry analysts. And man alive, you look at this, and there's got to be executives that have seen this.
I'm taking a screenshot of that. I want to look at it later.
I'll send it to you.
Cool.
I'll send it to you. But I'll tell you what, there's a couple of big names missing, like GM and Ford, and I just.
Look, I hate what scares me is the possibility that one day we're going to look back at these podcasts and say, wow, how stupid were we? This whole EV battery electric vehicle thing it didn't work, and we should have seen it.
Oh no, it's going to.
I really don't see another way forward. Whether it's the right move or not, everyone can have their opinions. I just don't see another way forward for this industry.
I don't see it as being, it can't possibly fail. Because, quite frankly, when the innovation light turns on in the United States, things happen. So now we're finding out, hey, guess what? Lithium's not a big deal. And hey, guess what? There's enough minerals and whatnot. We have some of the biggest mines for nickel and whatnot on the planet. To go and get. They keep finding stuff. I mean, some clown not a clown, but some guy in Quebec said, hey, you guys are looking for, carbide. Hey, we got a whole mountain of it. It's left over from the Ice Age or something. What?
Huh?
So.
Yep.
There's a lot
Listen,
of
I
property.
think there's a lot of everyone is rightfully upset about the idea of climate change, and we're all panicking and we don't know what to do. And I'm not going to say that EV is or a battery electric vehicle is the world's most clean solution. What I'm saying is, given the information that we have right now, that seems to be the right way forward. We are trading one kind of pollution for a different one, but I think we're setting ourselves up to be in a better place.
Yeah.
And that is a very different, by the way, conversation than me saying once you live with an EV every day, you don't go back, right? Those two things are actually unrelated. I don't, when I say living with an EV is better, I'm not paying any attention to what it costs to mine the lithium or anything else. I'm just saying this product is a better match for what most people need than a traditional product. But at the same time, it certainly does appear that all the mining stuff isn't as big of a deal as we thought. And the right thing to do, or at least to our current information, the best choice is to move away from internal combustion. And of course, you're an engine engineer. I've built engines. I know what goes into those things. Just to assemble parts that somebody else already manufactured is a nightmare. Obviously, I love doing it, but it's a nightmare. And you just kind of look at the whole thing and go, how did this win? How is this even a debate? How many meters per second squared of deceleration is that piston having 30 times a second? What? Versus, there's a little motor that spins. It's just kind of a no-brainer.
Well, you want to be on an assembly line and trying to crank engines out at a 30-second cycle. Yeah. Hey, I dropped a few bolts. Where'd they go? Well, they fell in where those pistons are. Oh, well. Somebody's going to be unhappy.
Right.
And I remember seeing that when you get a bunch of new operators and you got a handful of, they're not supposed to do it that way, but they've got a handful of basically push rivets, and they're putting in a little pan over the top of the screen for the oil filter, and you're going to pull that off, right? Oh, they fall out when you turn it about. I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah. Wow. I only got 30 seconds here. Okay, fine. Well, death by 30 seconds.
I think we found a better way.
Yeah, exactly.
It's safe to say.
Yeah, it works really well.